What's up, everybody? Jason from Straight Edge Knives. Hey, got a review for you today, and I'm excited for it. And you know what? And I gotta apologize to Vic over at Worktuffgear. He sent me this Wilderness Warrior right here, and I was not able to get my video done on it in time for the drop. My apologies, brother. But here it is, guys. We got the Gen 2 Wilderness Warrior from Worktuffgear. We got this review dropping right now, and guys, I'm excited for this because I really love the look, the feel, and the shape of this knife, because this is essentially the smaller version of the Commander. So we have the Commander here, and if you take a look at the Wilderness Warrior and the Commander, they're pretty identical. There's some differences, obviously size and a little bit more of a clip point thing, but essentially I feel like the Asset is the small one, which it isn't really a small knife. Then you got the Wilderness Warrior, and then you got the Commander, and it's kind of like a set, you know, like a small, medium, large type of thing. But, you know, I really love the Commander, and that thing's awesome. And then I did my review on the Asset, and I really like that knife a lot too. And so then when I got my hands on this one, I'm like, I'm excited, guys. So it's just I'm excited. I just know this is going to perform well, and I'm looking forward to doing the testing on this. But let's get into this, guys. So this is the Gen 2 Wilderness Warrior. These are available now on Worktuffgear's website. I'm sure they're probably going to be available soon on like DLT and stuff like that as well. But let's get into the specs on this bad boy right here. So again, Gen 2 Wilderness Warrior, designed by Sean Hamilton, S-H-A-N. So it's not Shane or whatever. I think it's Sean. But buddy, if I'm got that wrong, I'm sorry. But this is a Bowler K329 steel. You do have a double fuller on it, and I love how this, you guys look at this, how the spooler comes in and how it kind of bleeds into the clip point right here, and look at how that little line, it just blends in like super nice looking. It's just like a real sleek, you know, classy looking fuller. I love the way that just drops into the tip of the blade there. Like it just bleeds in, and I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, you guys can see it. Look at, I mean, very cool. It's not just like a abrupt stop. So I like how they did that. That looks really good, really clean. So you do have the double fuller both sides. You're looking at a G10 Gator grip. This is the Chameleon camo. It's got this real cool, like light green kind of matte finish to it. The texture on it's really nice. It's not overly aggressive, but it's there. Like, you know, you got a good grip on it, but it's not going to eat your hands up. And I also have it on the Commander. So that's how I know it doesn't eat your hands up, guys. Because when I did my review on the Commander, you know, this just felt great. I always felt like the knife was nice and secure in my hands. So I'm glad that they were able to carry that over to the, you know, the Wilderness Warrior as well. Overall, you're looking at 12.3 inches. You have a blade length of 6.96 inches, and you do have a choil here. So your cutting edge is actually 6.2. So from, you know, right here to the tip, you're looking at 6.2 cutting edge. You have a saber grind with a convex edge. It's a drop point style blade. Weight is 14.5 ounces. With the sheath, you're looking at 19.8. So it does come with a Kydex sheath. Very nicely done Kydex sheath. You guys can see here. Has a belt loop on the back. You can take this off, switch it around, make it left or right-handed. Blade clicks in nicely. There's no, there's no rattle really. The only rattling you're hearing is from the belt loop. I mean, this thing it's locked in here nice and tight. Positive click. I mean, this thing is locked in. Vic does an amazing job with his sheaths, guys. He really does. I've pretty much every Worktuffgear I've gotten has always had a fantastic sheath. You do have a nice drain hole there, you guys can see, but very well made. Tons of mounting option points on here, plenty of holes. So if you don't like this, you know, belt loop, you could put your tech lock, your blip, whatever, however you like to carry your knife. You know, you got plenty of holes to be able to set that up. So. And then on the back end of this bad boy, you do have a glass breaker / lanyard hole / attitude adjuster, as I like to call it, which fits in nicely. There is a little bit of a palm swell there in the middle, if you guys can see that. So definitely fills your hands nicely. You got this little bit of a swoop here on the end, so that's going to kind of lock your fingers in if you're doing chopping. And you do have a nice bit of a guard here to keep your hand from slipping up if you're having to pierce into some stuff. Reverse grip comes in, feels nicely. The way they angled this attitude adjuster on the back, you're able to put your thumb right here, rest it right on the back of it, and it's not really, you're not poking yourself in the thumb with the point here, and it just rests right on top. So if you got to do your kind of hammer piercing moves, I don't know, you can do that as well. And with all Worktuffgear knives, it has a nice 90-degree spine that starts right here at the top of the jimping and works its way down to here. And actually, you could even strike a fire rod off the clip point up here. It's even got a bit of a 90 to it as well. But it's definitely from here to here. It's really pronounced, and it's a little bit from here. Obviously, as the blade gets thinner, you lose a little bit of that 90, right? But on the finger jimping on the back here, that's all nice and rounded off. There's no aggressive edges, so if your finger's on the sides or anything like that, you got enough aggressive jimping here that your thumb ain't gonna slip off, but it ain't gonna eat your thumb up when you're sitting there and you're having to work some long cuts and things like that. You got control of the knife, but you're not gonna eat your finger up doing it. And then you do have some nice scallops right here on both sides of the knife, so you can actually get in here, kind of pinch it in. You got to do some weird, like, I don't know, skinning an animal or something, you got to come in there. You have some places to lock your fingers into place to be able to get in there and do that skinning or caping, whatever it is you do. Or like you're doing some food prep, you can even come in here, pinch up there, do some controlled chopping, things like that. So a lot of really cool features are built into this knife, and it's Bowler K329 steel. So it's going to take a beating, and we are going to beat up on this. We're going to get over to the testing area, and we're going to start putting it through its paces. And I don't expect anything less from this knife than awesomeness, just because every Worktuffgear knife I've done has always held up fantastically to the beatings. They hold their edge well, and I don't expect anything less from this one. So I'm definitely excited to get over there and start testing this out, guys. So stay tuned. We're going to head over to the testing area right now. All right, everybody, we're over at the testing area, and let's get you guys a nice good look at this Wilderness Warrior out here in the nice sun. Check that out. Give you a good look at that gator, chameleon camo. Very, very cool knife. Love this blade, man. It's just the way it feels. I'm super excited to get this testing going, guys, so let's get at it. So one thing I want to do real quick, sometimes I forget to do this for you guys, but this is a Uberleben fire starter, right? Nice 8-inch one, big boy. Got the 90-degree spine. Hopefully with the sun you guys can see. We're gonna let some sparks go. Look at that. Definitely come in there, make your sparks. Bam. So if you had to make some sparks, you definitely know you can do it with that 90-degree spine, right? So you guys get to wipe that off, get a look at the back of that. And I do actually like doing that with the fire starters. I like sticking the tip in and being able to draw the fire rod across it, because it keeps the sparks down here rather than kind of flinging them off. But that's just a side note, I guess, if you will. But check this out, guys. So this is a softball that I cut in half the other day with the Lanzetta. I got a little short I did on that. Go check that out. And there will be a full review of that coming out soon too. But we're gonna do a little stab test here on this softball. It's kind of cut in half, full of cork. I didn't know that that's what was in softballs, but interesting. I thought it was like rubber bands and shit like a baseball, but we're gonna stab this guy right here. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna put our thumb right there or whatever. We're gonna, oh, look at that. I kind of missed it a little bit, but look at that, it's still pierced in. Let's do that again. Oh, kind of missed it again. Man, I have a horrible aim. It's like I'm either hitting too far forward or too far back. Let's come in like this. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Tip right there. Stabbing right through this. Absolutely no problem. Let's get a chop in half, right? Why not? Here's another piece of it. Look at that. Chopping that right in half. Get that out of your road, right? So guys, sometimes I'm dumb. Seriously. Anyway, we got the old catalog here, guys. So this is big old thick catalog. Let's get a nice little stab test going on here. See what kind of penetration we can get. Look at that. About 3/4 of the way through the catalog. Tip is right here. And this, you know, it starts off a little narrow, but it definitely gets wide. So that's actually some pretty good penetration for as wide as this blade gets. The tip is barely right there. That is definitely, let's give it a little bit. We definitely went 3/4 of the way through the catalog right there. So there you go. So got that nice penetration there. See if we, this catalog's kind of jacked up. So see if we get one of those cool corner cuts here. Little corner chops. Flip it around this way. There you go. See if we can't make it rain a little bit with some paper. Bam! Look at that. Nice clean cut. Definitely made a mess. Let's go right here on the tougher part of the edge, the spine where they got the glue and all that stuff. Let's do a little chop right here. Oh, look at that. That nice clean cut. That piece went flying over there. Very nicely done right there, guys. So let's get into some of our rope cutting stuff. Get that softball piece out of there. We got all my stuff piled in here. I should have probably taken it out beforehand, but you know, yeah, it is what it is. So we got our old this kind of a rinky-dink ratchet strap, but you know, it's something that you might have to cut out in the field. You know, it's not a big deal. But we're gonna come in here, yeah, cut through that easy. Do a nice little clean clip chop. Not a problem. Let's double that up real quick. Here, let's we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 pieces of this ratchet strap right here. Let's got these lined up all through all of them. Now I got to clean all that up. Oh well, that's okay. I do it for you guys. Guys, we got some 3000 psi rated air compressor hose. You can see it's nylon reinforced in there. Come in here, you got to chop a piece off. There it went flying off somewhere. There goes another one. So you can easily come in there and do that. Come in here, do a little push cut. Cuts right through, not a problem. Cut that piece in half. You know, not a problem. So, I mean, Vic does an awesome job with these convex, you know, when these I love the saber grinds that he does with these convex edges, guys, because they're super sharp and they hold up. I mean, they do a really good job of maintaining their sharpness after you're, you know, beating on them a little bit. Right here we have some like weird kind of cotton filled synthetic rope. You know, this stuff is, it works. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it as far as, you know, using it for stuff, but you know, can you cut it? Yeah, absolutely. Come in here. If I can get my finger in there. Bam, there we go. Come in, cut that stuff pretty easily. Come in, got to do a little chop on it, quick cut. Here's 2 of them together. Both of them cut. Oh, just one little strand right there held it together. Cut it in half. Absolutely. You got this yellow rope, nylon stuff. This stuff is pain in the butt to cut, makes a mess, but it's thick, it's heavy. So you had to come in here, cut a piece of this off. Look at that. Really quickly, cut through that. If you had to chop it, bam, there it goes, flew everywhere. Chop a piece off. We got the big old Sisu rope, guys. This big old thick, nasty stuff. Pain in the ass to cut. It's also really rough on a knife edge because it's really abrasive. It's kind of dirty, gritty, almost like a sandpaper. Yeah. Cut it off. Easy. There you go. You can save that, make a fire with it later. Quick chop a piece of it off. Bam, there you go. Making it rain. Got that stuff all over the place now. Guys, you got pants or something you got to cut, right? Jean material, clothing, any type of clothing material, right? Pants are, you know, denim's a little thicker. You know, after looking at these guys, I think I could put these up on eBay, sell them for a really good price. Look at that. I bet you one of these, bet you we can get somebody to wear these out in public. That'd be pretty funny. So look at nice little thong there. So hey, if any of you guys are interested in picking up a pair of what is these 40-32 pant jeans here and wear them out for the summer, we got a good nice little pair of summer shorts going here. So anyway, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna just stab in, just shred it some more, make it a little bit more air conditioned for you all when you wear these out to the lake, you know. Bam, look at that. Cut through jean material, not a problem. 550 cord. I don't even know why I'm doing this, because we know what it's going to do. But you know, you come in here, like, look, that just went right through that, no problem. So thinner rope all day long, chop this stuff up. That was actually laying in a groove. You know, you could chop sissy rope all day long. Got the old fire hose, guys. So if you don't know, I might have to educate you guys again. I know a lot of you guys who watch my videos all the time hear this almost every video, but this is fire hose, legit. It's got 2 pieces of canvas with a rubber inner piece that's glued in. The stuff is tough. It's hard to cut. It's made to be cut resistant to go through car wreckages and broken glass and all that stuff, right? So it's definitely puncture and cut resistant. So it makes it a good testing material, because I like to cut it. But again, we've already cut sisu rope and things like that, which I've already explained is rough on an edge and kind of acts like sandpaper. And look how easily I was able to cut through this fire hose, even after doing that kind of stuff. And then even doing some of these chops, I'm hitting the edge of this log, putting some, you know, I don't want to say damage to the edge, but pressure on the edge or whatever. And I was still easily able to cut through that fire hose. Again, that's like a testament in my mind to that convex edge that Vic puts on the blades over at Worktuffgear. This thing is still ridiculously sharp that I was able to cut through that fire hose easy. You know, if you had to come in here and for whatever reason you had to chop that fire hose in half to get it out of the way or whatever, it's in half. You're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, and this edge is still ridiculously sharp. So again, I can't speak highly enough about the edge that Vic can then put on there. So we got kind of some stuff that you might go through every day. Maybe not cutting the corners off of catalogs, but you know, obviously we can stab with this, we can cut jean, rope, things like that. It's going to do all that stuff. Start your fire. Now we want to see, okay, well, how does this hold up to our wood processing task? Like, couldn't spit that one out. Like, you know, chopping wood, or, you know, batoning wood, making fire curls, things like that, right? So we got to see how this is going to work. And again, I don't suspect there's going to be too many. I got to find a good piece of wood here, though. That one's kind of trash. So here's a piece of a tree branch or something that I split in half. Let's see if we can do some fire curls with this. So I like doing my fire curls more like this, where I stick the knife in and then I'll drag the blade across. I feel like I have a little bit more control, and if I do cut my fire curls off, they fall pretty much in front of me instead of being flung way out, you know, and then I got to go try to collect them or something like that. But I feel like I have more control over making my fire curls this way. So but you do what you do, whatever it is you like. There's no real, you know, right or wrong way. I guess there probably is a wrong way, but this one works pretty good for me, so I like it. Because look at that right there. And then the ones that did get cut off are right here in front of the blade. I can still pick them up, scoop them up, save them to help make that fire. So yeah, you can easily make your fire curls, fire stakes, or, you know, fire stakes, fire starters, whatever you want to call them. Couldn't spit that one out either. But yeah, you can come in here, make all kinds of fire curls and things like that. So nice and easy. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's say you had to make a tent stake, right? We always like to do tent stakes because it's a good way of showing, like, you know, the knife. You know, making a tent stake is it's a useful thing. It's something that a lot of people can do. A lot of times people buy tents, right? You buy a tent, a canopy, something like that. They come with these stakes. You go to hammer those things into a ground, and the ground's hard as a freaking rock. those things bend, they're trash, and you're like, crap, now it's gone. You still need a stake. You can always go find a stick and make one, right? So let's get a little bit of baton here. So we got this. This is obviously too long. We're gonna baton this off right here. I could chop through it. We are gonna do some chopping, but I don't wanna, like I said, put that pressure on that edge for you guys. So we're gonna come in here. Stick's bouncing a little bit. It's a little off. Bam, there we go. So cut through it right there nicely. So now, normally what some people like to do is I like to come in here and they'll just shave off the, you know, they'll just sit here and they'll hack off the material. And that's one way to do it, right? It's a easy way to do it. Kind of, it can be a little time consuming depending on how thick your stick is. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll just take the stick and I'll just do some quick little chops like this. Get it down to a little bit more of a, you know, easier point to manipulate, just to save time. You know, if you're just sitting around the campfire and you got nothing else to do, yeah, just whittle them away. It's fun, you know. But I like to just do that. So you get yourself down to a nice point. Now you got to make your notch that you're going to hook your tent cord around or whatever. So the way I like to do them, again, we're utilizing this jimping on the back. I'm going to come in here. I like to just kind of roll the knife in. Dig out like a slant, if you will. You guys can see that. When I get to, I don't know, not even, maybe a quarter of the way, sometimes halfway, depending on the stick. When I get it to about that point, I'll just come in here, put the knife on the top, rock it back and forth a little bit. Bam, I cut out those pieces and now I just got myself a nice little notch. Now I can hammer this into the ground, wrap my cord around it, my tent secure, you're ready to go, right? So that, or you're making a vampire steak, whichever comes first, I guess. So there you go. Just kind of showing a little bit of that bushcrafty type of stuff you can do with a knife. You can make, obviously you can make traps and things like that. Utilize the knife to make your notches and stuff, and good to go. Now obviously you're going to get into some heavier type of stuff, right? And we know the commander, I know, can handle some beating and batoning, and this guy, even though he's the middle child, if you will, this still isn't a small knife. And you know, we're going to choke back on here, which again, I like this little finger swoop here because I can get my middle finger down there, lean back on it a little bit, and we come in here and get some, you know, good chops in. So this is a decently thick stick, so let's get it at it. Ow, sticking my little thing right there, poked me in the hand. Adjust my grip here. This is an old seasoned stick, guys. This thing's been sitting out in the hot ass California sun for a while. Look at that, hammer through it. Nice, nicely, nice. Let's, you know what, you know what, let's get at it, man. I got a 2x4 right here. Let's just get it. Let's get 30 hits. I haven't done 30 hits with something in a while, guys. Maybe we should bring the 30 hit challenge back, right? So let's go. 30 hits on this 2x4. It's a little beat up. It was part of my axle or target, but let's get 30 hits on this, guys. Choke back and let's see what we get. Oh yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 29, 30. There you go. 30 hits, not bad. Take a pretty good chunk out of there. Let's check out this edge though. Still nice and sharp. Look at that. No chipping, no rolling. Still sharp, still ready to go. Very nice. And you know what? And that felt good in the hand. Like it felt, I could get some solid hits on there. there's enough weight to the blade that it's going to aid in that chopping. You know, sometimes you get a lighter blade and you got to work it a lot more. But then sometimes when you have a heavier blade, it's too heavy and then your arm gets tired. I feel like this is a really good balance right there between that weight to help you with the chopping, but it's not overly weighted that it's going to make you excessively tired. It's like a weird balance that you have to strike. You know, too light, you got to do a lot more work. Too heavy, you got to do a lot more work. Less hits, but heavier blade wears you out, right? You get where I'm going with that. So this actually has a really nice balance of that, you know, weight to work balance. I don't know how to word that, but nicely done, guys. So let's get see here. We got this whole chunk of stick here. Look at that thing, pretty decently thick. It's about a good 2 inches around. Got this nice knot kind of coming off of here where this other branch is coming out. I think I was using this for a batoning stick at one point, but if I don't drop it here, we're gonna put the knife right here on the top. We're gonna get this other baton and stick, and we're just gonna beat on down through this bad boy, see what we can do. And we're going into the knot, guys, so you know. So we stand up, get some more leverage. Oh, knock that over. Hit my camera a little bit. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Let me not fall back out of the chair. Make sure my camera's lined up. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Sometimes that happens, guys. Wood flies, and look at that. Able to baton right through there. Went through this knotty section. Man, it's still got a nice edge. I'm telling you, man, Vic, you got some voodoo magic going on over there with these convex edges you're doing, buddy. Let's go through this way now. Now, where did my batoning stick go? I think I fell. I'm losing stuff here, guys. Here it is. Got a big old pile of wood next to me. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Now look where I'm at. So, not an ideal way to baton through a stick, but let's see what we can do. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. The Wilderness Warrior said, kiss my ass, I'm going through. Look at that. Right through that nasty ass knot. Didn't even hold it up, man. Just said, I'm coming through. Move a step aside, whoop. I like it. Still got a good edge. Man, I like this thing, man. Vic, man, he does such good work over there, guys. And he's such a nice guy, too. Like, he's so humble. Always willing to help people out. He's taken a lot of designers' designs like this and making them come to life. And it's just awesome, guys. I thoroughly enjoy, you know, talking to Vic. He's a nice guy. Awesome dude, man. He's great for the knife community, and they're putting out fantastic hard use blades, man. Like, you could take damn near any Worktuffgear knife and beat the living, trying to watch my language, guys, beat the living tar out of it, and they're still going to hold up and keep on working for you. This is a piece of seasoned almond wood. This stuff is hard, guys. Always, I mean, it just is. Like, it makes great firewood, by the way. You guys can get a hold of some, but we're gonna go ahead and hammer through this too, because why the hell not? When you're working with a Worktuff knife, you can do this and not worry about it. Boom! Knocked my fire rod over. There you go. Now you got this nice piece. You could keep breaking this down, or you could even come in, again, stab in here, you know, shave you off some pieces. A little bit weird though, because this wood's like awkwardly shaped, but you could start making, you know, some little fire curls that way too. So now you got you some nice heavy duty, long burning firewood. You're sitting around the campfire and you're like having a good time. Now here comes that pesky old bear. And that bear's coming up, and he don't want to fight you. He just wants to eat all your food and maybe nibble on your arm a little bit. And you don't want to hurt the bear, but you got to get him away from your campsite. So you might have to give him a little knock on the head, right? You might have to use that attitude adjuster. Say, hey there, Smokey Bear, you need to get on the stepping. And then he goes, arr, and you go, I said get. There you go. You know you can donk him on the head, and this is going to hold up. Look at that. No damage to the end there. Knocking chunks out of the brick. The handle scales are all still tight. Everything is still where it's supposed to be. So you know you can hit a car window and it's going to bust. You know you can hit a bear's head and it's going to adjust. I don't know if you'll bust his head, but you're probably going to piss him off and you're going to be in a world of hurt, right? Let's be serious about that. But you know, if you had to, you know, hit something, break open something, you can coconut your, you know, I don't know, stuck somewhere where there's coconuts, you can crack open a coconut, get the water and the juice, and keep on surviving. So one other thing, guys, we got to test out here before we go is the old tip test, as we like to call it. So here's not a big board, but just a board. What we're going to do is we're going to stab into this a few times, work it around, and then we're going to stab in and basically drill this out a hole, right? So testing out that tip, putting a lot of pressure on that edge and that tip to make sure it ain't going to bend or break on us. So I'm even going side to side here, guys, which will always, you know, if you got a thin, weak tip, it will bend it. Didn't do nothing to that. I'm gonna have to get a different piece of wood after this because I'm literally destroying this. Oh, right into this knot right here. Look at that. Look at that. Tip is perfectly fine. It's not bent, it's still sharp, it's still ready to go. So let's toss that to the side real quick. Let's get this thicker piece of wood out right here, and there's a screw in that. I probably should take that out. Anyway, so we're gonna stab into this a few times. I'm cracking this one now too. Nice little stabs there. The tip is good. Now let's drill that hole. Put that pressure on that tip and that edge. This drop point's like, drill a hole. Hell, we're gonna pound one through here. Digging this out, putting in that work. Got some birds flying around here. Sounds like a damn owl over there. Ah, there we go. Drill out a nice little hole there. But again, the more important part was that tip is still sharp. It is not bent. There's no edge damage there. Still good to go, man. So yeah, guys, you could always take a Worktuffgear knife and put some work in with it. Look at that. Two whacker hacker right there. I think we need a shirt that says that, two whacker hacker. Look at that, nice. Oh, that was one hit right there. So guys, if you're looking for a hard use wilderness knife, this is a Wilderness Warrior, guys, and you know its name is holding up to what we've done here. This is the Wilderness Warrior. I would carry this all day in the woods, no problem. I would carry this, you know, unfortunately, if you get sent out to the battlefield or something, I'm praying for you, you know, but you know, this would be something to consider carrying, man, because you're gonna be able to beat the crap out of this thing, utilize it for whatever you need to in those type of situations. be it survival, woodcrafting, or even fighting, you're going to be able to do some work with this bad boy. It feels good in the hand, and it can take a beating. Vic, another outstanding job, buddy. Another awesome blade. Sean or Shane, I'm not sure. Dude, send me a little voice message on Instagram and let me know how to say your name. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up, brother. I don't mean to. It's S-H-A-N, so I'm not sure if it's Sean or if it's Shane. I could be completely wrong on both. Shoot me a little voicemail. Let me know how to say your name so I don't screw it up in the future. But great design, dude. I really enjoy it. And Vic, awesome job executing the design. Guys, these are available right now on Worktuffgear's website. As of the dropping of this video, they could sell out. Probably will sell out, but if you can't find them there, definitely go check out DLT Trading. They might have things at DLT Trading as well. Go look them up and try to find yourself one of these, because it's definitely worth it, man. This thing is badass. It is super awesome, guys. So there it is, guys. The Wilderness Warrior. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you on the next one.